I'm back. So, I was going to give you guys a story time of why I broke up with the guy I was with. For starters, it started off very loving, non-controlling. Again, like I said in my previous video, he was 30 years my senior. So, not only was it like giving, like anytime that me and him had like an argument, it would be like, it'd be like the roles would be reversed. Like, okay, like say for an example, if he didn't like something I was saying, he would like, well, I don't want to talk about it anymore. And I'm like, no, that's not how a relationship works. If you're trying to have a healthy and healthy and whole relationship, we need to speak about the stuff that's troubling us, not just shut me out. When I say it'd be like 2-3 days at a time, I may not speak to him, and I'm texting and calling, texting and calling, texting and calling, and it's like this has been like go on for like, how can I say it? Like every 3 months, right? He'll just like wake up and I don't know if he was on something or whatever. It's like he'll like, okay, I don't want to be with you anymore. And I'm like, okay, like what did I do? Like, can you explain to me? And I know like I'm a firm believer in if somebody show you who they are, believe them, right? But it's like I don't know if I was like captivated or fascinated or infatuated with this person to the point where like I will let all like my prior beliefs and morals and the kind of woman of integrity that I try to carry myself to be as like, okay, I guess, maybe he just needs some space. And like the space would be good, but then he'll like come back in and love bomb me to the point to like where I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm feeling it again. Like, I don't even know why I was even questioning that breaking up with you in the first place, because like you showing me maybe you just needed some space. So I let all those red flags like go by the wayside, which now I regret. When I say I've been in several relationships and even a marriage of 7 years, when I say that I left that relationship very traumatized, and when I say like, you know how some people say like that a man will try to break your spirit in every shape and form. I kid you not. He was making his sole purpose to take me from being the vibrant person that I'm known to be to a shell of myself every day. From the way he'll be like, oh, like I wanted to ask him, like, do you like my natural hair? He like, no, it doesn't look finished. Now, this man is black, like me. So I'm like, what? It just looks unfinished. It doesn't look together. I said, but it's an afro. What do you mean? To the point like where he'll be like, oh, you're showing too much skin. And by you being voluptuous and you give off the vibe of being sensual when you walk, and the way you speak and the way how you carry yourself is very sensual. And I will understand. I get it, because you know what I'm saying, that you have a background of sexual freedom. And I'm like, I just believe in, like love is love. Sex is just sex at sometimes. Like, unless you want to put more onto it. But it's like he would like use the stuff that I would tell him like about triggers and that kind of stuff, and he'll pounce on it. And like I've heard of people like doing this kind of stuff. Like you tell them something about your past and they use whatever you tell them in your past every time y'all get into it, or make me feel like I'm like a lesser vibrational person. And then I should have known something was up, because this man, I have an 11-year-old autistic son. He made his business. He kept telling me like, okay, when you get married, one day I'm gonna have to discipline him. Like it was like the nigga was looking forward to disciplining my child. And I'm like, why? Like, you know what I'm saying? If me and you together, why are you looking forward to chastising or using a form of corporal punishment for my child? And he kept telling me stuff like, you got to remember, like, you only have one man, and your son is not that. I'm like, he ain't my man. What are you talking about? I know some women who are like make they sonsman instead of having them be a child. Or like I always tell my son this, I kid you not, I say, Caden, that's my son's name, you are not my emotional support animal. Like, I'll find a man, a therapist, even go to God before I will lay down my burdens on you, or making you feel like that you have to be my protector. You have no shape or form to be my protector. That's my job as your parent, to be your protector, not the other way around. I don't ever want anybody to ever feel like that, because I love my son. And like, I show my son the kind of love that I wish I had for my own parents. So like, I go above and beyond. I kid you not, my son is spoiled. He got everything that you think that somebody at his age shouldn't have. Like, and when I say I go all out for my child, because he's my child, and I'm able to do that. But back to the relationship, what I was saying, always get off topic. I got ADHD. I'm sorry. It's like he was like looking forward to disciplining my child, or like one time or whatever, we was in the bed. He decided he wanted to play fight. Now, anybody knows that I'm a victim of domestic violence, who truly like watches my TikToks or my YouTube videos, or like me posting about stuff on on Facebook and stuff. So he decided he wanted to like play fight and hit me in the face. When I say I busted his lip and busted his nose, like, I don't know who you think this is, but I'm not that girl. Don't you ever in your life think on God's green earth that you're going to put your hands on me and I don't hit your ass back. Excuse me for cursing. I don't know if this is a part of the TikTok guidelines. I don't know if they'll take this video down or mute it, but I'm only saying this for educational purposes, and I'm telling you about my story time and why I broke up with this Negro. When I say like, and then like he's been doing all kind of like crazy stuff, like showing up at my house. My little guy friends at the in the driveway. He riding up and down the street. He didn't tell me he saw my now boyfriend, or can I call my boyfriend? Well, still my guy friend, because we're getting to know each other, in my car. Or he didn't saw him at the gas station, or see him at the oil change place. Like, I feel like, and then too, like just recently or whatever, was that 2 days ago? All the valves on my tires were cut. The mechanic told me at Discount Tire that it happened from like a woman normally stabs the tire. It had to be somebody who knows about causing a small leak on the tire, so I can eventually have a blowout. Like how calculating and mentally unstable can a person be to where they want to like cause harm, or telling me that, when I say y'all girls, boys, whoever's listening to this video or watching it, that he told me he was gonna kill himself because I didn't want to come over there and talk to him no more. I told him to do it. And then he told me, why would you tell me something like that? Because most people who want to commit suicide, they don't tell nobody, they just do it. You know what I'm saying? Because as a person who have been depressed and had considered that or whatever, I wasn't going to tell nobody. I was just going to wake up one morning and make up my mind I was just going to do it. And I was going to be either on a side of glory or down there with the devil. But I had made my mind up. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, you don't have a made up mind what you going to just kill yourself. And I don't feel like I made that much impact on your life for you to want to kill yourself because I don't want to be with you no more. Like, that's strange. And I really think he was doing that or whatever to make me, like, I guess, get back with him. But I'm a firm believer, and I tell people this all the time. People say it takes people 3 and 4 years to get over somebody they broke up with. That is not true. And the kind of mindset that I have, it takes me all of 10 seconds for me to change my pattern of thinking. Like, you know what? That wasn't healthy, Louise. That wasn't the best version of yourself, Louise. You were not being the best mom at this point when you were with this person. So in order for you to fix that, you need to forgive and forget. And I'm the type of person who does that on the regular, where, like, if you cross me, Negro, you got one time to show me that you ain't for me or whatever. And I'm not going to stick around. And then the final straw is because, like, you call this, when I say this Negro called me and told me that I don't want to be with you anymore because the Lord told me I couldn't. I said, okay, I'm going to let God have you then. Go be with them. Do whatever you want to do. Then I feel like the day he was cheating on me, but he kept saying he wasn't cheating on me. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like anytime, like, he'll like go a pattern. Okay, this video almost over. I'm sorry. That's just like the reason why I broke up with him, because he was crazy. Just crazy.